Jamboree presented by Toyo Tires. And coming up today on World of Trucks, it's the Dodge Monster Truck Thunder Drags. And you are just looking at last year's champion. That is Jeremy Dishman. This year, the face has changed. The team is the same. First of all, Mark, congratulations on a great year this year.
Well, thank you. It's been a long year, but a good year, so we can't complain a bit about that.
Well, with it already settled, how do you approach going out there today?
We approach the same way we always do. You always want to win, no matter what. If we were 500 points behind or 500 ahead, whatever, it wouldn't make any difference. We still want to win this deal.
And there's still a crowd in the stands and on TV.
Oh, heck yeah, and that gets us into it. It's exciting when you look up there and see a full grandstand. That's pretty cool.
I can see the look on your face and in your eyes. You love what you're doing, don't you?
Absolutely. I tell everybody I got the best job in the world, and I really believe that. I mean, where else do you get to go out and meet people like you guys and all our fans that come out and get to run over stuff and crush stuff and get to go racing? You just can't beat it.
All right, Jeremy's over there. He can't hear us. So how good was that this year to beat him?
Well, it was cool. It was really cool to keep the championship in the family, so to speak. And Jeremy had a great run at it last year, and we wanted to get it back. But, it was cool racing him. And like I say, anytime you can keep it in the family, keep it in-house, that's pretty cool.
All right, congratulations again. Thanks for the time with us.
Well, thank you. You guys have a good one.
And we'll look forward to seeing you out there. Now, the monster trucks, they're big, they're bad. Let's find out more from Doc Riley.
Thanks, Claude. I'll tell you one thing. When you come to Indianapolis for monster truck racing, you better bring all that you got. Better make sure it's right and tight. A monster truck, well, it all comes down to this. They sit on 66-inch tires. They run alcohol. They have a 575 cubic inch limitation, and you can run just about anything you want. Racing monster trucks have changed drastically over the years. Used to be a driver sat in the stock location, hung his arm out the window, and away you went. Now they moved him into the center position. The reason for that, it's all about weight and balance, plus the fact you've got a better view from that part of the monster truck cab. Now, most of these trucks resemble trucks, except for this. This is my new buddy Spike, Chris Bergeron's ride, and it is one fast monster truck. He'll also be taking on the Tailgater, the big dog, of course the Raminator, the Rammunition, Bigfoot, and a host of others. Who will win? Well, and this is a straight line drag racing thing that we got going on here at Indy. It's all about putting the power to the ground. A problem, they're starting in asphalt. So there is a little bit of tire slip. Who will win the traction battle? We'll find out as things unroll here at the Dodge Monster Truck Thunder Drags.
Thanks, Doc. Getting the program underway here is a good look at your ladder. First off, it'll be Rammunition versus the Avenger. And joining me in the booth today, our expert analyst will be Ted Jones. And Ted, years ago, maybe more than you want to remember, you were a drag racer. So what do you say today we drag race monster trucks?
And they're even starting on asphalt for a change. How about that one? The Rammunition driven by Jeremy Dishman is an interesting story. It's a 2005 Dodge Ram Hemi. He started his career in motocross, believe it or not.
And that is a big change to go from motocross to monster trucks. Rammunition, your winner. How did he do it? Well, let's go to the replay and find out.
Take a look right now. Well, first of all, reaction time in any kind of drag racing is very important, and you could see his front end came up first. He had the lead, held it all the way through. Boy, close finish, though. Look at that. Less than half a truck length.
Coming up next will be a guy that's pretty popular and very successful at about every venue we go to, Mark Hall and the Raminator.
That's a 2005 Dodge Hemi-powered 565 cubic inches. They dyno these things out at about 2,000 horsepower.
You got a good look at Chris Bergeron's Spike truck a few minutes ago, but he is not going to win it today. It goes to the Raminator.
Boy, Raminator on two wheels there when he came down after crossing the finish line. Let's go on board right now for a little monster truck ride.
And right off the starting line over the first jump, it's a little bit bumpy when it comes down, and you can still see it shaking, rattling, and rolling.
Yeah, you also saw a tip there on two wheels.
We struggled all weekend on this surface getting a hold of it. Still been able to get the wins, which has been good, but, we want to try to learn something here. So,
Is the problem the fact that you guys got so much horsepower of the Hemis that you're not able to get the tires hooked up?
Yeah, it's kind of like a drag racing problem. But the problem we have here is this dirt gets drug out onto the asphalt, and there's little rocks and marbles and stuff in the dirt, and it's almost like ice, really. Big as these tires are, they still can't get a hold of nothing. So we've backed the power way down. We've softened the clutch up, trying to get it to where they'll try to get a hold of the asphalt. But boy, it's just tough.
World of Trucks is being brought to you by Bushwhacker, putting style in motion, by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology, and by Kodiak, 20 years experience with the longest industry warranty. Welcome back to the 26th Annual O'Reilly Auto Parts Four-Wheel Jamboree presented by Toyo Tires. Now, here's Doc Riley.
When you come to a four-wheel Jamboree Nationals, there's lots to see and do, from tire smoking burnout contest to the monster trucks to tough trucks. But one of the things you definitely need to do is stop by the Toyo Tires display, pick up information about tires, get yourself a free poster, and have Mercedes autograph that poster for you. How are you?
I'm doing great.
What do you like about these Jamborees?
I'm looking at all the big monster trucks. It's a lot of fun.
You know, what's the most important aspect of your job as a Toyo Tire girl?
Being able and willing to travel. That's the most important part.
Where's home for you?
California, Southern California, Orange County.
Ever been to Indiana before?
Once to Indianapolis, yes.
And this is the place to be. You know, you see an awful lot of people, your job here kind of helping people fill things out, but also this poster's got to be exciting as well.
It is. It's pretty nice to say you're on a poster. I can't complain.
What other kind of events have you done for Toyo?
Tons. We do a lot of off-road events, and then we have the high-performance end, which is fun. Drifting is always a kick, so all over the place.
All over the place, very, very busy, meeting people all over. And again, when you come to a Jamboree or drifting or an off-road event, check out for the Toyo Tires display, because underneath that, you'll probably find her.
Well, Doc Riley working real hard out in the pits today. How do I get his job? And here comes Doug Nolte now, driving the Tailgater.
2007 Ford with 570 cubic inches, a big block Ford, and one thing about Nolte, boy, he'll push it beyond its limits. Let me tell you, this guy is nuts.
Always puts on a good show. Bigfoot, Big Dog. Right here's Big Dog, driven by Dale Girding, and he will face Rick Long.
Well, Rick Long, the new driver of the Bigfoot, out of St. Louis, Missouri. He actually lives in Grafton, Illinois. Loves rock music and loves to eat steak. There's some interesting side notes for you. How do you get to be a Bigfoot driver? You love rock music.
And Bigfoot brings it on home with the win. Right now, let's go down to Doc Riley, who is with the owner of Big Dog.
Look at this.
It's Doc Riley.
Usually, it's a guy that comes out in a different colored fire suit, in a different type of truck, but now you're in the Tailgater. Tell me about it.
It's just a new truck we came up with, man. We started this winter with it, just adding to the team, you know. So I'm trying to work the bugs out of this new girl. It's about 5 shows on this thing, so we're still working on it.
Look sharp. Where'd the idea come from?
Me and Brenda brainstorming. I mean, we need to come up with another identity, and you know, we were doing the tailgating with the football thing, and like to drag that tailgate, you know, and the old dog walking that thing. So kind of came up with a concept, and then came up with the front clip deal, you know, through Bigfoot there. I had some permission given to us to use their mold for the old snake bites, so it kind of looks like that, but it's an old gator now, buddy.
It's got a good identity of itself. Hey, talk about this track right here coming off the line. Looks like it's you got to pedal a little bit.
Well, we're just blowing the tires off. You know, we're on asphalt and we're throwing that dirt on there, and now it's like a skating rink. And then once you get over that first roller, then things start to happen. You know, we're hooking up and going. So I mean, you got to drive this thing, that's for sure, in a straight line.
It's time now for Product Highlight, which previews some of the most interesting and innovative products available for your vehicle.
Today's product highlight, we're going to talk about the latest from Edge Products. And to do that, JB, tell me, you guys have had a line of products that are great, but your signature line, the one that is just fascinating and continues to be updated and upgraded, is incredible. Tell me about it.
It's the Evolution Programmer, and the Evolution Programmer is for gas or diesel trucks. It's a fantastic thing. It's a programmer, so you program it with one simple connection to the OBD2 port. It has multicolor backlight. It is we call it the ultimate threesome because it does scan tool, programmer, and gauges. Scan tool because it displays full text description, programmer because it's the fastest programmer on the market, and a full gauge package. And for diesels, it monitors EGT probes as well.
Which is very important, and not many people do that. You said that it's got that nice backlight feature. It's a good-looking unit. It'd be one of those I'd rather keep in my truck the whole time.
Yeah. You can set it to just about any color that you want, match your interior, or set it from mild to wild. It has 4 different power levels, anywhere from 0 to 115 extra horsepower and 250 foot-pounds of torque. And it also stays mounted in the cab and displays, like I said, and it's internet updatable.
How do I do that?
It comes with a USB cable. You plug it in with one simple connection, and it can go.
Okay, now, Again, I'm not real tech savvy. How do I install this? What kind of headache am I looking for there?
No tools required. It's fantastically simple. All you do is one simple connection to the program in the back, and the cable strings down, and it's one simple connection to the OBD2 port. It's literally a minute-long process.
A minute-long process. It's got all the functionality in it. You can permanently store it. It's got a good look to it. Just remember Evolution and Edge. At the end of this program, we'll give you complete contact information so you can find out more.
Stay with us. More monsters when we come back. O'Reilly Auto Parts four-wheel jamboree. Now, once again, out there somewhere, Doc Riley.
There are an awful lot of manufactured parts that you'll find on this big beast throughout the entire Jamboree grounds, but one thing you'll find a lot of trucks have in common is a Flowmaster exhaust. And Denny, first of all, just tell me a little bit about this truck.
Well, it's a 671 350 Chevy motor and complete with 3-inch exhaust with Flowmasters, and sounds good and runs good, and I like the way it sounds.
Why go with the Flowmaster exhaust?
Performance and mainly the sound.
Okay, you mentioned the engine. Let's get a little bit deeper in here. What about the lift?
Lift's got 8 inches of lift, 3-inch body, and all kinds of modifications. Axle's been trussed and all that neat stuff.
Seems like you guys are paying a little bit more attention to axles these days. Why do you think that is?
Well, a little pressure from everyone else, and with help from Barney's 4x4 and Dave's paint, we jerk the axles out and truss them and really concentrate on the underneath.
The underneath of the truck. That's one of the things that you'll definitely see in these trucks that kind of sets them apart from everything else. And again, that signature Flowmaster sound doesn't hurt at all, does it?
Mark Hall, always a tough competitor no matter where he goes, but so is this guy coming up, Jeremy Dishman. And Ted, this should be a good one.
Well, it should, Claude. Dishman is fairly new, though. Mark Hall has won several world championships with that truck. About 74.4% of the time, he is in the final.
It's a good even start off the starting line, but Rammunition, Jeremy Dishman, he brings it on home.
Yeah, just as I tell everybody how great Mark is, he has troubles with a truck.
A few minutes ago, someone said we're really tuning these trucks down. Can you imagine? And look at Mark Hall all over the place.
That's the problem.
That's why he lost.
Yep.
How tough is it to kind of adjust your mind to being on a course like this?
It's real hard. I mean, you just got to throw out anything you've ever learned, really, and go out there with a fresh mind, because the track is different every time you go out there. So it's like it's the first pass of every race each time you go out there. And then when you got Mark in the other lane, it's rough. I mean, because he's got 20 years of experience versus my 6 years of experience. So I gotta use everything I got, and I know he's using more than I got over there.
Now you head to the finals. Change the driving style any?
No, I'm gonna go back out there and start over. I mean, go out there with a new track and try something again.
Second part of the semifinals, here comes Doug Nolte in the Tailgater, and he will come up against Rick Long driving the Bigfoot. And boy, it looks real slippery on that starting line. You saw them come up and put on the brakes, and they slid 2 or 3 feet.
This is Bigfoot number 15. Believe it or not, there have been 15 of them. And the current driver, Rick Long, started out as a crewman working in the shop for Bigfoot.
Doug Nolte the winner, but boy, I tell you, that one was really close.
Well, let's take a look at it off the starting line. Pretty even right there. A little bit more spin for Bigfoot over there, as he had trouble getting to the first mound of dirt. Now as they get down to the final run, oh, talk about close. We're talking inches.
Hey, like they say down in Florida, give me some of that chomp chomp, you know?
I'm with you.
That's pretty good, moving into the finals.
Man, this is awesome. I'm telling you, we got to say this is out of the box. This thing's brand new. So we're working a lot of bugs out. I mean, you know, Bigfoot racing the big guys, you know, out here, this is awesome. Anytime you can beat those guys is great, man. You know that.
Now, you say this is brand new. I mean, are we talking brand new chassis, brand new engine, brand new everything?
Everything. We got brand new chassis. I mean, it looks like the dog. You know, chassis is pretty close to the same. It's a new generation of Patrick chassis. The motor's all brand new. Everything is new on this truck. And so just because it's new doesn't mean it's going to run like the old dog did. I mean, we're working at it. We really are. So right now it's driving straight, and it's running good.
Good luck in the finals.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
World of Trucks has been brought to you by AirTab, stability, visibility, and better miles per gallon. by RC Trailers, innovative trailers and custom solutions, and by Bushwhacker, putting style in motion. Welcome back to the 26th Annual O'Reilly Auto Parts Four-Wheel Jamboree from Indy. And it's a game the whole family can play. It's finals time right now. Here comes Doug Nolte in the Tailgater, and he will face one of his old nemesis, Jeremy Dishman, in the Rammunition.
Both these guys very aggressive. When Jeremy Dishman was riding in motocross, they said he got too aggressive and sometimes got himself in trouble because he pushed so hard. Well, it sounds like that you're describing his competitor who actually has had his truck upside down here on World of Trucks.
And you will notice on that final jump as Rammunition brings it home, they really throttle down a little joyride right there. They really throttle down and get a lot of air when they come across the finish line.
He was just celebrating, doing a few donuts right there. Look at all the dust and dirt being churned up when they start right there. Getting just a little bit out of shape when they come down. And boy, that's very important. It was a good, close drag race.
And a tip of the cap for Greg Fuchs for designing a good course.
Well, Mr. Dishman, congratulations. You've won at Indy.
Oh, yeah, this is the second year I've raced here on a Sunday and won, so it's a good day.
You know, all the things that you guys had to put up with the track, I mean, it's the same for everybody, but it just seemed like you had just that little bit more to be able to get you down the track.
Yeah, I was playing on the starting line. I was trying to dust it off, if you wish, up there. And got the old Hemi running down the track, and it was hauling butt. I mean, I got to the other end, and it started to slide sideways on me there. And I started to go into a donut. It picked the inside tire up, and we could have done some really bad donuts there. I like doing donuts at home with my Dodge Hemi at home. So, if you want to go out and do some donuts, get a Hemi.
Well, it's got to feel good when you can freestyle after you got an Indy victory in your back pocket.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you look at the bracket sheet, it was pretty tough. I mean, I had the other Dodge up there. Anytime you got Mark Hall in the other lane, it's a tough field. We had Mark, and we had, I don't remember who else we had. Mark, I guess, was my biggest worry there. And then, Big Dog and all the Fords are down low. So, you get the Dodges in the upper half, you got a tough field to get through to get to the finals. So we're going to go and try to do some fun in freestyle and have some fun.
Yeah, it's never easy pickings when you get to Indy.
Oh, no. Anytime you come to Indy, you got the best of the best here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And our congratulations go out from the booth to Jeremy Dishman on a great win today. Mark Hall, you're a champion. This the last race of the season. Comfortable lead at 3,560 points. A job well done. Now, it's time for everybody's favorite portion of World of Trucks and Monsters. This is Freestyle, and here comes the Big Dog.
Well, the Big Dog, normally driven by Nolte, you never know what he's going to do. So there's walking the dog. The Doug Nolte, when he drove that truck, patented. So obviously whoever drives it has to walk the dog. It's tradition now.
It's a requirement. A lot of air on that last jump right there. So here comes Chris Bergeron in the spike. And look at the front end on that truck.
Well, that's the idea. They come up with these custom bodies. Boy, talk about grabbing some air right there. I'll tell you, this guy can drive the spike, getting way up there. He actually started in mud racing. Oh, almost went all the way over when he hit on those two front tires right there. He had 2 NMRO national titles.
And those shocks really have to be tough to take that pounding when they come back down. Mark Hall in the Raminator. And Ted, I asked one of the drivers once, when you're doing freestyle, can you really hear the crowd? And he said, oh, yes, and we live for that.
And it's amazing over the roar of the engine because they have open headers on them. They're the famous donuts that a lot of the monster trucks like to do, done by Mark Hall with the big Hemi-powered Raminator. Did he take it over? Almost rolled her over sideways right there. What a show he's putting on.
And that shows you the driving experience, being able to save that truck. Rammunition, here comes Jeremy Dishman.
Well, this is our winner at the event here today, and they're doing a great job with it indeed. He'll do a few donuts out there. The reason we've got a little ballet music kind of playing is because if you watch these, it is almost a ballet, especially when they go in slow motion. They are a thing of beauty.
It certainly is, and the crowd always looks forward to freestyle. Doug Nolte now in the Tailgater.
Well, Doug Nolte has actually, as I put it out earlier, had his truck, not this one, but the big dog on its top. This guy will try anything to get applause. He really feeds on the audience approval of what he does. Take a look right now as he tries to grab some air. Couldn't get it to walk the dog. Well, it's not the big dog, Doug. There he goes, just as I say that.
Well, what he's doing right there, he's walking the gator.
Yeah, on his tail. How about that? Did you catch the headlights right there that look like eyes flashing? What a show. Awesome donuts. He'll stir up the dust. Ladies and gentlemen, he disappears in the dust. It's a magic act.
He'll be back another day, though. These guys really love to please the crowd. And here's a guy that I have always thought drives with reckless abandon in freestyle, Jim Kohler.
Jim Kohler out of Columbus, Michigan. This, believe it or not, is a 57 Chevrolet body. Now, why do you call it a monster truck? Well, because of the frame and the engine and everything else. You can put any body on it that you want to. This guy is absolutely incredible. 540 cubic inches, a big block Chevrolet, 1,600 horsepower. And if he's not dizzy by now, it's a miracle.
I want to see him take a step and come out of there and start walking, sometimes up on 2 wheels. What a job.
They call him the wild man of monster trucks.
Now, if you would like more information on products shown on today's program, log on to these websites.
And for more information on an event coming your way, go to familyevents.com. You'll get the whole schedule for this year.
Next week, it's the SEMA Off-Road and Spring Expo right here on World of Trucks. Now for Doc Riley and Ted Jones, Claude Wood, keep on trucking.